your boy Jay here is super pumped because the sequel to Kingsman comes out so soon, literally in a few days. Your boy's already got his ticket to see it. I pre-ordered it. I'm going on my own on like the 20th, I think. And guys, okay, so if y'all don't know, haven't been ranting about it enough, Kingsman Secret Service is my favourite film ever. Okay, I have like 3 favourite films and they're like all my favourite film, and Kingsman is one of them, and I live for that film. It's just my everything. And I'm super excited about the sequel coming out. Hopefully they don't ruin it, but you know, I will be reviewing that as soon as it comes out, don't worry. So yeah, because there's so much hype, the hype's all in my brain. Nobody else cares about this film, but yeah, there's so much hype going on, and I was like rewatching the first one, like just research, and because it's a dope film and I watch it like once a month anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna make some videos about Kingsman. So what I've decided to do is I'm making 2 videos. One is like I just watched the film and made notes of all of the good points from like an analytical film critic point of view. Or was like, I like the way that bit was directed, I like the music in that bit must have been like a good bit of writing, that's some good use of the plot there, whatever. So basically I'm just going to be telling you the plot of Kingsman and telling you my favourite bits and why they're good. And then the other one, I did the same thing to the same film, but I'm going to be pointing out all of the bits that make me fanboy, all of the cute bits, all of the shippy bits, because y'all know I'm garbage. I'm a huge fanboy. I'm total garbage. So this video is an analytical one. I'm not going to be going too deep or saying many too long words, because you know I can't really do that. But you know, I'm gonna be trying to analyse the film because I think it's a very well made film, and you know, it's beautifully directed and whatnot. So let's just get into my analysing, because I do a little notebook that I've got. Look all profesh in my cardigan, and the sleeves of this cardigan are actually slightly wet. So anyway, the first note I've got is literally about the opening. I just didn't. It starts off with loads of stupid comical violence and like a huge helicopter, and it's really loud, and there's like yelling, and I'm like, it sets the scene proper. I'm like, guys, this is gonna be ridiculously violent. And your boy loves that. So after that there's like the violence bit of it, and then like pretty much the first words in English is a swear followed by a worse swear, and this just sets the tone for the film, because it's like, hey guys, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. We're just gonna be saying the swears and having all the violence, and that's top notch. And then from that there's like a juxtaposition, it's like that long word, to the next scene, which is Galahad visiting young Eggsy and his mother, being like, I'm sorry kids, sorry little kid and mom, your dad and your husband, he died. Yeah, spoilers by the way, y'all have seen this. You would have to have seen this because you need to know what I'm talking about, but anyway, spoilers. Yeah, so then it goes like to an emotional scene where he's like, yeah, sorry for your loss, here's the little pink badge thing, you want this, I can help you out. It's like, I'm very sorry. And Eggs's mom is all emotional, and that kind of sets off the character-based part of this film, because what I really like about Kingsman is that it's very like character driven, and you get emotional attachments to all the characters very quickly because they're all very deep and well written characters, and the good character emotions. So that's like, hey, we have the loud fighting and the swears, but we also have the characters and the feels. It's like literally in the first 2 scenes. And then there's like a really cool transition, which is like there's a snow globe and then it turns into like a real mountain. And I was like, that's one dope transition. And then it's the scene where Lancelot attempts to save Professor Arnold, and this is like the first bit of like where it kind of says we're really self-aware and we are parodying traditional spy films, mostly like James Bond and that, because it's like this really overly British, overly suave and cheesy guy just going in and saving everything, and I'm like, it's so like self-aware and it knows that this is so dumb, but it's like doing it anyway because it's like and it's like peak humour. Blah 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 blah, looking back at my notes. And then Gazelle cuts Lancelot in half, and that's just so good because of the score, guys. It's like as she like comes in and like cuts him in half by surprise, and then his body falls like this. The score in the background is just like so dramatic, and it's basically like telling us what's happening on screen. Like even if you weren't looking and just listening to the music, it's like dun, a thing happened, and there's like dun, another thing happened, and it's like exciting. Again, I think that's pretty like, because that happens in like other normal spy films, but like they did it extra because it's like sending itself up. It's so like parodying and self-aware. I love the music. It's like ding, excitement, drama, things are happening. And then we go to the bit where there's like, we're introduced to the glasses and the hologram technology, and this is so dumb basically. It's so dumb that the holograms are like a thing, and there's like, they're having this toast and there's like hologram people, but there's just like the holograms of the person and like their coasters in the glass. I'm like, this wouldn't work, this isn't, but it's like, again, it's like self-aware because it's like, you know, normal spy films would like, you'd believe this stuff and like you believe in it here, but you look at it like, this is dumb. And then obviously there's going to be a police car chase in this film, because there is in all good action films, but in this one, like one of the cars is like this bright yellow thing that Eggsy stole, and it's going backwards the entire time, because why not? It's just gonna be so extra like that. And it's just so ridiculous and it's so funny. Then let's talk about the scene where like Eggsy gets arrested, and then he like calls up Kingsman like, let me out of prison please, and then it just like disassociates. And like it's so trippy, and then he's just like walking out of the prison. And like how did he get out? The guy's on the phone, and then he's just walking out, and like I don't know how they did that, and that's super cool because it's like, you know, in James Bond and whatnot, it's like, oh, they did a cool thing, how did they? Nobody knows, they just did it. He's out of prison now, you just gotta accept that Harry Hart got him out of prison because he can do that. and that's just so disassociating. It makes me disassociate literally every time I see that. And now we're jumping to the pub fight scene, you know, where Harry like takes out like loads of people because they were having a go at Eggsy, because that's good. There's like, yeah, when the fight starts, like Harry gets his umbrella and like throws like a glass in someone's face, and the score does the thing again where it's like, because it's like, guys, something exciting just happened on screen, so the music's got to react to it, and that's my favourite thing ever in this film. And then there's got more ridiculously over-the-top spy technology with like Harry's umbrella, and like you can't keep track of where all the technology is going. It's just this guy's like out cold now because of some technology that Harry used, and it's like, okay, I accept this. It's cool. When Eggsy goes to the Kingsman's tailor thing, the shop, for the first time, there's like this beautiful shot, which is probably one of my favourite shots in the entire film, because like Eggsy is standing on the street outside, and like he looks into the window, and the light coming from inside the tailors just looks so warm, and like bright and like inviting, and like he's out on the street and it's like it like symbolises the fact that like this is where he belongs and he needs to go in there. And my heart, that's such a beautiful shot. This film has like its own little take on the training montage, because it's not like how training montages usually go, where it's like here's a shot of a guy like working out, here's a shot of some guys fighting, here's a shot of like somebody doing something else. It's like the shots are like long enough for like you to see the characters and the characters doing their thing and to get to know the characters more. Which again, this film is so like character driven and character based. I'm like, yes, give me them sweet characters. I've literally got a note that says, gotta mention that Valentine's a really cool bad guy. And I was like, could Pastor Jesse, could you make better notes and maybe not hit yourself in the face with a book? But Valentine is a very cool villain because he is like deep, two-dimensional, not specifically the worst character, not specifically the best human, is just like a normal guy, but like he's the guy we're fighting, so we do hate him. But also he has some of the funniest lines, so we kind of love him because he's really funny. I get to talk about the skydiving scene now, because the skydiving scene where like all of like the kids who like are trying to be Kingsman and they're like being recruited and that and stuff, I can't think of the name for them. Recruits? Is that what they're called? The kids, the people in the film. They're like on this airplane, they've got to like jump down for some sort of like test, and like they've been told that only one of them has a parachute, and they're like, who is it? But they don't know that until they're like falling. This is such a good scene for like building tension, because like you can see them like falling down, like when the shot's on them, and like you can actually see the ground getting closer, and then there's cutaways to like Merlin looking at the screen, and you can see them as dots like going down the screen, and like you can actually see like the time running out as they're getting closer to the floor. And that's such a good way to build tension, because like literally like the first 10 times I saw the film I was on the edge of my seat for that bit, because like you can see they're gonna fall on the ground and die, because one of them hasn't got a parachute. Apparently they actually all have, but we don't know that at this point. And also the scene is very like focused on Roxy, who at the beginning showed that she was like scared of like jumping out of the plane, which seems pretty scary, reasonable thing to be scared of there, Roxy. And like you can feel her fear, like, because there's just shots of her like panicking, and I'm like, same honey. Later on there is a scene where the same kids, recruits, young peoples have to like flirt with a target, and it's actually done in like a funny way, because you know how like in James Bond, whatnot, other spy films, they're like, oh, we've got to flirt with a target, let's make this scene really gross and misogynistic and disgusting and make everyone watching it really uncomfortable. This flirting scene, because the writers have obviously never flirted with anyone and don't know how it works, but like the flirting scene where like Roxy and Eggsy and the other posh knobhead who we don't like are like flirting with this girl, and like it's actually really funny and like it's just good. So like it can be done, but at writers, you can make flirting with a target scenes amusing and not gross. In the film we get introduced to more stupid, over-the-top spy technology, and it's like the best. Harry recommends a place to get a hat from to Valentine, and Valentine actually goes there and ends up getting a hat with like a microphone thing in it, so that like Harry can track him. Like, that wouldn't happen. Like, you don't, if your enemies like get this hat, like you're gonna get this probably bugged, might check it, but you know, just this is the sort of thing that spy movies want you to believe, and it's the sort of thing you do kind of believe in Kingsman, because you know that everything in this film is so over the top and not meant to be taken seriously. It's the best. Right, onto the church scene, guys, onto the church scene. That was the only notes. The church scene. The scene with the fight in the church. Right. If y'all know me, you know that one of my favourite things in films and TV ever is when there's like an antagonist or like somebody who like we're set up supposed to not to like, and they use these person's political views or like personal social views as a way to make you hate these people. This church scene does that. It's like sets it up and like you see this guy saying all of these horrible offensive things and everyone in the church is like cheering, and I'm like, you hate these people. You're like made to like hate these people's guts, and then be satisfied when like a couple seconds later you see them being violently murdered. Just like, it's kind of satisfying because you really wanted them dead. And it's just, I'm so passionate about these people being killed. Beautiful, beautiful things about the actual action in the church scene fight is there are lovely long shots. The camera like follows around and like you can see everything. It's not like in some like particularly like big action movies like Marvel and that. I have really like, it just jumps there and then it jumps there and it jumps there and like you can see and you can't really tell what's going on. It's just action and like the camera's moving to like make you feel like, oh wow, something must be happening. But with this one, like you can actually see every single bit of violence and gore that's going on because the camera's just like moving slowly and the shots are long and nice, and you can really appreciate and actually see the fighting that's going on. The stunt work is so good because like these things are actually happening. That it's not camera tricks to say, oh look, this person was thrown over here, and there was actually like a stunt guy being chucked over that. It's good, and it goes on for so long. It's really long, so like, you're like really shocked and offended and like slightly amused, and then like that kind of wears off and then it cuts back to it and then there's like something else gross going on, so you're like, oh my god, again. Like you get the reaction a few times because of how long it is. Your homeboy loves fourth wall breaks. There's like a very subtle fourth wall break when like Harry comes out at the church and is like, oh my god, there's people, and then like Valentine goes up to like shoot him and it's like this and that kind of movie, and like you like, and it's like they're kind of so self-aware because like they reference the fact that they're in a movie, and I'm like, guys, this is hilarious and brilliant and clever and I love this film with all my heart. I need to talk about how well written Roxy is as a character because she's amazing. The fact that like in the kind of climax of the film she like does something really cool and heroic by getting in like the chair thing with the balloons and going up to like the in the sky, like almost to space, and then shooting the satellite, when previously we were very explicitly told that she is scared of heights and scared of being up in the air and the parachutes and whatever, and that's something that was really scared her. But then she does this really important thing to the plot by going up and just being so brave and strong and heroic. She's just such an iconic hero character, and like, well done, good character, amazing. Right, so all of the fighting during the climax is stupid. It's just stupid and ridiculous and unbelievable, but we forgive it because it's so funny and graphically violent. It's hilarious. Like, it's just like Eggsy versus like 100 guys, and like Eggsy still wins because you just do. That's what happens. He's the hero, so obviously he can take out 100 guys. Doesn't have to be explained. Just can. The bit where people's heads are blown up to classical music is one of the most beautifully directed and filmed things ever made. It looks gorgeous that you forget that it's like 100 people's heads being blown up. They look like pretty fireworks. It's so colourful, like well choreographed. I'm all about that. That is gorgeous, gorgeous piece of film right there, and I'm all over that. During the finale of Kingsman Secret Service, there's some shots of people fighting in the streets, like hundreds, possibly even thousands of people fighting. It's all over the streets, in beaches, everywhere, and the fact that there's so many people, the fact that they just got so many extras, and we're just like, you guys just have to beat each other up. And they were just punching each other. And the fact that there's like a really cheesy pop song in the background, it kills me. Jesus Christ, it's so funny. When Eggsy kills Gazelle, there's the music cues are amazing. Like, she looks down at her arm and like she can see that all of like the toxic poison is like in her blood, and it's like spreading and it's all green and gross, and then like the music is like dun. it's like look, audience, I know you can see it, but I'm also telling you. And I don't know if when making this film they were like, let's make the score so over the top it's funny. Like on the 10th time you've watched in this film and you're just looking out for things, but it worked. It's amazing. The last thing on my list is the last scene in the entire film that you think it's ended, and then there's kind of like it's not like a mid-credit scene because it's actually destroyed the end of the film, but like you think the film's over and then whoa, another scene just stuck on the end, and it's Eggsy in the same pub as the pub fight scene from like nearly the beginning of the film, and he like starts a fight in exactly the same way Harry did, and that's so good because it kind of, now I know that there's a sequel coming up very soon, I'm like that really well sets up the sequel really well because like it's like look, Eggsy is now in like the same position Harry was. He's like now doing cool spy stuff, so yeah, y'all want to see all the cool spy stuff that Eggs is up to these days? I'm like, how y'all do? Because that's really dope and I want to see that. Yeah, so there's all the notes I've got for this video. If you guys want to watch my more fanboyish take on the film, that will be up shortly, and when it is up I will put a link down there. Basically, overall, Kingsman is the best film ever. It's amazing. And I hope you enjoyed basically just watching me tell y'all what happens in it in a very overexcited way, and to just get very passionate about how much I love it and just tell y'all my favourite parts. If I forgot your favourite part of Kingsman Secret Service, drop it down below in the comments. Just tell me all about how wonderful this film is, and we can talk about it. Please give this a thumbs up, check out all of my social media links. The review will probably to the sequel, Golden Circle, will probably be up. I'm going to see it on the 20th, I think, so probably maybe some point in about a week. There'll be like first thoughts up on my second channel, so definitely check out my second channel, subscribe to that, be ready for that review, and I might make like a proper video about it. Maybe if it's good. If it's rubbish, I'll just forget it ever happened. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video where I will be even more passionate because I'll be talking about how cute town editing is. Thank you and goodbye.